Why does being with someone who treats you poorly feel familiar? Why do we find ourselves drawn to the exact same toxic dynamics even when we desperately crave safety and love? There's a reason, and it's hidden deep in the patterns we carry from our families. Most of us believe that love should feel safe, easy, and calm. But for some, the truth is, it doesn't. When a relationship feels chaotic, unpredictable, or emotionally intense, it can actually feel comfortable. Strange, right? The very thing that should push us away sometimes pulls us in. And it all comes down to the invisible rules we learned growing up. Think about your earliest memories of love and care. Was it conditional? Did affection come only when you performed well, stayed quiet, or avoided rocking the boat? Maybe love felt explosive, unpredictable, or tied to drama. These experiences shape our nervous system, teaching us what normal looks like in relationships. And if normal for you was chaos, tension, or emotional instability, your brain starts associating those patterns with connection even though they hurt you. Here's where it gets complicated. When someone treats us with kindness, respect, and stability, our subconscious brain can misfire. Safety feels foreign. Calm feels boring. Predictability feels suspicious. Our nervous system has been trained to expect unpredictability. So we push it away. We start arguments, withdraw emotionally, or create distance often without realizing why. It's not because we don't want love. It's because our body thinks it's dangerous. This is what psychologists call repetition compulsion. It's a term that describes the unconscious drive to recreate familiar patterns, even when they're harmful. Our brains are drawn to the familiar because it feels like home, even if it's toxic. And it's not just about romantic relationships. It can appear with friends, family, or even colleagues. We are wired to gravitate toward patterns that mirror our childhood experiences. It's as if our brain says, I know this. I've survived this before. I can handle this. Let's be honest, this isn't just about surviving. It's also about identity. If you grew up in a family where tension, control, or emotional chaos was normal, you learned to define yourself in relation to it. Maybe you became the caretaker, the peacemaker, or the one who absorbs everyone else's emotions. These roles feel familiar and safe because you know how to navigate them. Stepping out of them feels risky. It feels wrong. And so when a partner treats you well, your subconscious whispers, this isn't right. Something's missing. I don't belong here. This is why toxic feels like home. Your brain isn't lying. It's simply trying to protect you by sticking to what it knows, even if that means repeating painful cycles. And here's the kicker: these patterns are often invisible to us. We think we're choosing partners consciously, but our subconscious is running the show. The people who hurt us the most often trigger old family wounds. They reflect dynamics we've been living with since childhood. And the familiarity, as painful as it is, creates a sense of comfort. You might notice it like this. Someone treats you inconsistently, alternating between affection and withdrawal. That triggers the child inside who learned love is conditional. You start chasing their attention, trying to earn their care, just like you did as a child. Or maybe someone criticizes you frequently, making you feel small. Suddenly, you feel like you're back in the family environment where your opinions didn't matter. Even if logically you know it's wrong, emotionally it feels normal. The more we try to fix ourselves without addressing the root patterns, the more we repeat these cycles. We might leave a toxic partner only to find ourselves drawn to someone else with a similar energy. This isn't failure. It's biology and psychology at work. Our nervous system craves the familiar emotional rhythm even if it hurts us. Breaking this cycle requires awareness. Step 1 is noticing your patterns without judgment. Ask yourself, who do I choose to be with? How do I react when someone treats me well? What old feelings are being triggered? These questions help you separate your past from your present. Step 2 is learning to tolerate calm and predictability. If chaos feels comfortable, peace may feel strange at first. But slowly, you can train your nervous system to recognize stability as safe. Step 3 is rewiring your emotional triggers. This often requires conscious reflection, therapy, or supportive relationships where you can practice new ways of relating. It's also important to understand that your reactions are not moral failings. They are survival mechanisms. You learn them to protect yourself, to survive the dynamics you were given. Compassion for yourself is key. Real change doesn't happen through shame. It happens through awareness, patience, and practice. Now, here's the moment where it becomes empowering. Recognizing these patterns gives you a choice. You don't have to be drawn to chaos anymore. You can learn to find comfort in calm, security in love, and joy in connection without drama. But this requires rewiring your brain to accept the unfamiliar as safe. It means stepping into relationships that feel right, even if they feel strange at first. And here's a secret most people don't realize. Once you break free from toxic familiarity, life starts to feel different. You notice that healthy love isn't boring, it's grounding. It doesn't make you anxious, it gives you space to grow. You start choosing relationships consciously rather than unconsciously. And slowly, your nervous system learns that love can be safe, predictable, and nourishing. You don't have to chase intensity to feel alive. You can thrive in calm. This isn't easy, and it takes practice. But every small step away from toxic patterns is a victory. Every time you choose someone who treats you well, even if your body resists, you are rewriting the story of what love means for you. You are learning to trust connection without fear. You are creating a new home for yourself, a home built on safety, respect, and true care. So here's the bottom line. Toxic feels like home because it's familiar. It triggers old family patterns and keeps your nervous system in survival mode. But it doesn't have to control you. Awareness, compassion, and practice can help you embrace love that feels safe, stable, and nourishing. And once you do, everything changes. You start recognizing patterns before they trap you. You start choosing relationships that lift you up instead of pulling you down. And most importantly, you start feeling at home in yourself. If this resonated, watch the next video to learn how to stop repeating family patterns in your love life.